we built this shop out in our backyard after my business grew, and we had it in the basement and it was just taking over everything. I just had absolutely no room to work anymore, and we needed to reclaim our space down in our house. So my father flew out from Quebec to build this for us, and we had the concrete poured first before he got here. And here he is just a couple days after his 70th birthday, and look at him, he's such a machine. So my husband and my son are helping him unload everything, and we're going to get ready to start building this big shop out in the backyard. This is all the material that has been delivered. And then there's my brother and my father and my husband, and they're just getting everything all up and erected. We built this big shop with 2x6, so these walls are really quite heavy. And we put a monoslope on it so that we can put a big mezzanine in the front half where I could store a lot of my heavy boxes of wax and everything that's heavy up top. We also put an electric winch so that we can, sort of like a little elevator, to take everything down from that mezzanine with ease. And there was nothing easy about this. Look at these guys just lifting up this wall. It was incredible to watch. They're so strong. We're just really lucky it wasn't a windy day that day. So this garage is 14 feet tall on the tall part, and it's constructed with 2x6 lumber throughout the entire thing. We've got 3 man doors and 1 big overhead door. And the plan is to use it as my shop for as long as we're here. But in the future, if we ever moved or sold the house or moved our business out to a shop off location, we would be able to utilize this as a garage. But it's nice to be able to have the big overhead door. I now can just open up the door and let all the fresh air come in, and it's pretty great. So these guys did a wonderful job. And funny story about this shop is I found a picture on Pinterest, and I said, hey, can you guys build this for me? And of course they all said, yeah, we can build anything you want. So my husband is a structural engineer, so him and I sat down and we drew out the whole thing, and we presented it to the city to get our permit, and they approved it. And when they came out and inspected it, the inspector laughed, joyfully. He just said that, and it was overbuilt, it was well built. We've got this wonderful mezzanine up top, as you can see here. That's a great amount of storage. It can hold thousands of pounds, and it does. It's full right now as I'm talking through this video. And I just absolutely love it. So once we presented the city with the request to build this out in our location, my husband and my father and my brother and my son just went to work building it for me. So we insulated all of the walls and the ceiling. And this is my husband bringing him these bags, and these are not light, as you know. So my son is up top receiving them, and they're just going to stay there until Dad gets them all installed into the ceiling and the walls. And so after we insulated everything and put vapor barrier up, I put plywood on the inside of all of the walls. I did not want drywall. I despise drywall. I'm sure you've heard me say that in a few other videos, but I just despise drywall. I don't like anything to do with it, but I wanted the garage to be fireproof, and drywall does create a little bit of a fireproofing barrier. And so after the plywood went up, we sprayed the entire interior of this garage with FX Lumber Guard, which is an excellent product. It's a fire retardant. You can hold a torch to it and it won't inflame. So now we've got the garage siding all put up, and we've got the soffit lights, and we've got everything in here to match. So my entire house is cedar and this ironstone siding. And as you can see, we've got cedar on the fence in the back, cedar fences. The whole front of our house is all cedar and this siding. So I wanted this shop to look aesthetically pleasing as well as be functional for me. And it definitely is. It's beautiful. We've had a few neighbors stop by during the build to ask us what we were creating back here, and And we take them on a little tour and everybody just loves it. So here's my dad putting in the insulation. The lighting is all done. The electrical is all done. Everything is finished. So fast forward a couple of months, and now here I am completely moved in. It is so nice that I have reclaimed my basement. We now have personal space, and now the shop is outside. And it is all set up and it is wonderful. So I took over 2/3 of this shop. I kept 1/3 for our own personal use, and I'll show that later on in the video. But we start off here at the very beginning. I've got this pantry set up, and it keeps all of my fragrance oils out of the UV rays that come in through all of the windows that I had installed. And it keeps them all protected in there. And as well as we built this big table, it's solid. It was built, we weight loaded it, tested it, and it is designed to hold 4 of my Digiboils with full weight plus some. You could stand on that. Down below, we've got a lot of ingredients that I keep in there. We put this nice big beautiful window in. I can let in some fresh air, I can let in some sunshine, and it's always sunny in Alberta, so I do mostly keep those blinds closed because I don't need the sun in there all day long. These golf bags here have now gone up into the mezzanine, and that wall there is where I keep all of my finished product, that my inventory for my online store. And those steel tables are from Costco. Actually, a lot of this is from Costco. Those racks in the back are also from Costco. But I love these steel tables. I can scrape them, I can sanitize them, I can make concrete on there. I make soaps and bath bombs, everything. These steel tables are just wonderful. And I keep everything down below, my melting pots and my pouring pitchers. And then these dressers are from IKEA, and they're wonderful because I could just keep everything that I need accessible to me. And instead of having a whole pile of shelves, I decided I wanted the dresser drawers for these particular items, just in the event that it were to get dusty in the garage. I like to keep a lot of the stuff clean from the dust, which includes all of my wicks, as you can see in there. And it gives me a little work surface anyway, which is really great. And my friend built me this little stand, and I've just got 2 Presto pots that we installed the spouts onto them, and that's just for when I'm making individual candles, or if I'm making my lip balm and I need to melt some beeswax. And then on these shelves here, I just keep my colorants, and these little containers from IKEA are great for all of my wicking needs and all of my wick centering tools, and I just love it. It's really nice to have this here. And then off to the right, I have my bath bomb making station. So I keep my colorants, my safety gear in the drawers, everything to do with my bath bomb making, and a little pegboard to hold everything up. And then over on this shelf here, I've got some finished product and some products that I use for my bath bomb making. And it is the end of the Christmas selling season for me. So there's a bunch of soaps here, but we're running out, so I'll have to restock it. So this shelf here to the right is also from Costco. And so I just keep my finished product up top, and then I keep all of my ingredients down below that I need access to as I'm making in that little area. And it's really nice. I love this little U-shape work area, and then the L-shape steel tables in the center, which gives me access to work from both sides. And as you can see, I keep everything that I need within reach. And yeah, this is a really great setup for me. This area here, as you can see, I've got a big overhead door here, but it's fully insulated. It's room temperature to touch, and we're in winter right now. And I plan to put my rolling baker's racks in there, and that is just where I'm going to put my candles when they're curing and my soaps. And then I left this little aisle here to go into the back little shop of ours. And these racks here are from Costco, and we just mounted them on top of each other all the way up to the ceiling, and we attached them to the wall as well, right into the studs. I have a microwave here available for me. I've got my sign set up, of course, and some finished product, and some boxes down below that I keep all of my packaging boxes in, and I just grab them as I need them. This side door here just goes out to my garage, out to my backyard, and I've got a nice beautiful deck back there that I can just go sit and rest during the day. These are all windows and doors that were delivered quite a while ago, and I just stuffed them into this corner, and there's a door behind there that goes out to a storage area which is 24 feet wide by 8 feet. So it's just a long storage area. And then of course back here, this is the 1/3 part of the shop that I was talking about. And we don't work in our shop, we just store all of these things in here and bring them in the house. So there's no cross-contamination from anything here that would get into my business. But this is the area that we just left, and it's a work in progress. We still have to get it a little more organized. But everything in there is on the same Costco racks attached to the walls all the way up to the ceiling. And they hold a lot of stuff, including all of my boxes that are easy to get down. And those windows and doors will be gone in a couple of months. And here's my husband's little workbench, which needs to be tidied. But we're just exhausted. There's that mezzanine filled with product and personal things. And it's great. I mean, the amount of storage that we have up there is absolutely divine. We put lighting underneath it, and as you can see, there's that winch in the center, that red thing, that's a winch, and that will take everything down from the mezzanine. There's the ladder we use to get up inside, and the winch basically, I just attach, we've got a little attachment to it, and it just drops everything right down onto my table, which is really handy. And we don't want to be carrying heavy stuff up and down that mezzanine area. So that's the tour of my shop, and I love it. I am so grateful that my father was able to fly out here. I'm grateful that my husband was able to understand my picture from a Pinterest screenshot, and I'm so grateful for my son and my brother who came out and helped with this build. I am so happy to be out of our basement. I love being up in the sunshine. I love having the fresh air. And I wasn't about to go and spend any money on a lease location because since COVID, they have gone through the roof in our area, and it is just ridiculous. So I'm just doing some pointing here, so I might as well tell you what I'm doing. So that's the door that's going to lead out to the storage area in the back. And once all of those windows and doors are gone, I'll be able to do a video to show you what we did in the back there. But I did put a video up of how we reclaimed our space back in our house, and it was just overtaking everything. So I'll drop a link down and you can watch us do that. And we just have a wonderful, nice, comfortable living area, and we keep the shop separate from the rest of the house. And I feel like we've got a little bit of freedom back in our home. So thank you for following along. I hope it wasn't too long. I hope you enjoyed it. And we're going to be dropping a whole bunch of new videos in the new year. So stay tuned and follow along, and we'll see you on the next one.